recording. Hey, look at that. He can be taught. All right. So like I said, you don't have to be a tech guy to be able to run stuff like this and be able to do things, but we're going to have some fun. All right. So, what I want you guys to understand what I was saying is that, this is absolutely 100% beyond a shadow of a doubt the easiest thing that I've ever done as far as having conversation with folks. And it's the easiest thing that everyone on this Zoom is ever going to have as far as having conversations with people as well. And I know that because I'm telling you, you guys who have already been talking about this, you know how people are responding. And when you share these little snippets of things, people are absolutely opening up. We had some people put together some good verbiage. I'm going to read one of them that's really short and sweet. It says, hey, so-and-so, I discovered this offline marketing technology, and it's like gold. Literally, it can fit inside the palm of your hand on a keychain. What it does is simple but powerful. It will broadcast a custom 40-character message with an active link to whatever you want to anyone within 100 yards of its location. All they have to have is an Android phone with Bluetooth enabled to receive it. Can you even imagine the possibilities? Literally, everyone that I have shared this with wants to know more. And that script alone is short and sweet and simple, that everybody can get it and it resonates. And then you just have the conversation after that. We'll have some videos that are going to come out next week. When this thing launches and these little 2-3 minute videos go live, can everyone hear? Rachel's saying she can't hear anything. Can you hear me, Kevin? Okay, we're good. All right. When this thing goes live next week, these videos come out next week, it's going to be off the hook. And the reason why I say that is it's going to keep a clear, concise, simple message. We're going to have a very simple system that every single person can follow easily. It's going to be duplicatable to the extent that you're not going to be able to stop this once you start it. And I mean, you're going to share if you're going through our shut up and text script, you're going to go out there and say, hey, I found, do this script. You're going to introduce people to it. You're going to share a short video. You're going to get them on either a recorded webinar, a Zoom, or you're going to get them on a 3-way phone call, and you're going to share this information and edify your expert, let them do that, right? So this simple system, you're going to be able to walk through this process so fast, it's going to make your head spin. I have been in this industry for 9 years. I've made more money than I care to even remember, and I know that I'll be doing that per month here. And so will every one of you that plug into this. But just understand, this is the first thing for me that I have ever seen where it doesn't matter what business you talk to. It doesn't matter what individual you talk to, what they're promoting. None of that matters anymore. All that matters is you have a tool to help every single business generate more customers, more leads, and build more profit within their company. To me, this is the biggest and easiest no-brainer I've ever seen, and I'm fired up beyond belief. Some of the individuals we've been talking to, and I know you guys all, you have groups of people you want to share with, and show this to, but I'm having great result with realtors. I'm having great result with insurance salespeople, having great result with some car dealerships, because these people are understanding, how do I get this beacon technology? And now you mean I can take this and push my message anywhere, anytime, within 100 yards? Yes, absolutely. We were, the 3 co-founders and Laura Hardy and myself were in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and going through a lot of this stuff. And some of you may have seen the live video on Facebook where we actually demonstrated the distance that the unit was sending and receiving messages from. The cool thing is it was past 100 yards and the message still pinged the phone. And then when you walked further away, it stayed on the phone for a length of time after the device left the range, or the phone left the broadcast range. So just understand what that means for you and your business. This is, and seeing it in action is more impressive than having the conversations about it. We were sitting in a Panera, and a couple of the employees came up, and Mr. LaPlume, president of the company, said, hey, Lauren, so-and-so, do you have, what kind of cell phone do you have? And she said she had a, Samsung or whatever. He said, great, it's an Android. Can you pull that out for a second and take a look at it? Do you have a notification on your phone? And sure enough, there was a ping with a notification on her phone that says, welcome to Asirvia. which prompted her to ask, what's Asirvia? So we had a good conversation with her. Did it with a couple other employees as well. This is, to me, I've never seen anything work like this. I know that there have been some other technologies in the past, but they've been kind of big, bulky, and hardwired into businesses. This is portable. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand something. You can put this in your pocket and go for a walk. You can go to the movie theater. You can go to the mall. You can go to a sporting event. Imagine going to a professional sporting event and walking around. Are you kidding me? Imagine going to a concert, any place that has a lot of people, and you're just walking around, and 60% of those folks are receiving your message. Amazing opportunity. I'm going to do a screen share here on just a couple of things I want to show. I mean, obviously, we're looking at a couple things as far as, all right, so you all can see both of those, I'm assuming. So I want to talk about the Go unit pricing. So the Asirvia Go units, all of you that are on here probably already know this. I'm going to walk through it again. You can look at this visual here. I know Zach has the ability to put this up on the team page as well. I appreciate everything that man does to help expedite everything this company is doing. So for any of you that don't know, Zach is a stud. And he's taking care of a lot of things for us, and he's helping to get the information pushed out so that we have what we need when we need it. Along with everybody else at corporate, but he's just, it's a great person to be connected with. But anyway, these Go units, introductory pricing, they are 50% off currently. Okay. And you are grandfathered in at this pricing if you pre-order and pay for your units, when that time comes. And I'll get to that in a second. Introductory pricing is $25 for one unit. It will go up to $49. Once it goes up, it is not coming back down. It doesn't need to. 3 units at $49 per month, regular price $99, and 8 units at $99, regular price is $199. There is an activation of $30 per account. That's not per device, but that's per account. So whether you get 1, 3, or 8, there's a $30 activation. Once that goes up, the regular price is $50. The initial sign up is that when you first pay for your units, you're going to pay for 2 months, first and last, plus the activation fee. Now, someone says, so there's a contract. No, there's no contract. This just simply, when you sign up for this, you're committing to 2 months. If you don't want it past 2 months, then you can send the unit back and owe nothing else. That's fine. Although what I'll say is that if somebody sends this unit back, either they're allergic to money or they have nothing to promote, because this unit is something that everybody's going to want to have multiple ones in multiple locations. There's a $25 replacement cost within your first 12 months, and it's free replacement after that. The unit has approximately a 2-year battery. We got some people that have been asking an awful lot about the iPhone platform. They are working on that. They could do it now, but the issue is that it wrecks the battery, because the process it has to go through to get to and on the iPhone platform, it takes a lot of power, a lot of effort. So instead of having a 2-year battery, you're looking at maybe a 3 or 4 month battery, and it's not rechargeable. So it doesn't make it effective from that platform. And when you look at the number of cell phone users that are active worldwide, and 60% of them are Droid technology, Droid platform, it just makes sense to start there and then work from that platform to start with. So that's why we are where we are with that. Now, let's talk a little bit about the compensation plan. You can see that here, because I know a lot of people have questions about it. This is kind of a unique design and setup, and I say that because we have created something to be 100% compliant by U.S. government standards, so that we will not be approached and say your comp plan is not compliant. And what I mean by that, we all know that what the government's done in the past, several years, going after network marketing companies and how they want you to be customer heavy. So, excuse me. So what we've done, we've created a comp plan where everybody joins the same way. Every single person, whether you click on that affiliate button or not, is irrelevant until you make sales. You come in as a customer, all right? Once you start making referrals and you start referring more customers, then you become an affiliate. To move past affiliate, you have to become what we call an independent rep. An independent rep is somebody, an individual, that has a minimum of 3 personal customers and 3 personally or 3 associates. So 3 personal customers and 3 associates, and then you have to have a total monthly sales volume of $1,000 or more. So 3 retail customers, 3 affiliates, total monthly sales volume of $1,000 or more qualifies you as an associate in our compensation plan. Now you are an independent rep. But there's one more step. You're going to receive an email from Asirvia asking you, do you want to be an independent representative, or do you want to remain an affiliate? That's going to be up to the individual. Now, I know from building a business that everyone that is making money, most people are going to want to say, yes, make me an independent representative, and that's how that's going to roll. And that's fine. That's great. But that option has to be there because, again, that's one of those other little check mark boxes for the government to make this 100% compliant so we have no issues, not now or ever. And this comp plan was designed to not be able to be broken. So there will not be any takeaways later. This is not one of those, hey, look at all this money on the front side now, but we know it's going to change later because it's going to bankrupt the company. No, it does not work that way. This comp plan is built for speed, it's built for time, and it is built to help create a legacy type company so that it doesn't ever have to be changed. The only thing that's ever going to happen with this compensation plan is they're going to add money to it. So that fires me up. So let's talk a little bit about how we get paid. There are some videos. Mr. Marino is going to be redoing another compensation plan video with all the new graphics and terminology. So that's going to be hot when that comes out. I'm excited for that. But I'll walk through it real quick, and then we'll get to the questions and answers. When you first come in, you're coming in on on the Asirvia Go. So you have that, and you have your customers coming in, they're live. When you sign somebody up, you make a 25% direct selling commission. That's on the month 1 initial sale. So 25%, and there's a 5-generation check match. So, you get 10% of everybody in your first 5 generations when they sign somebody up on a Go package or Go unit package, whether it's 1, 3, or 8. In month 2, as their subscription renews, you get a 10% on level 1 and 5% on level 2 of all of those renewals. And that's throughout your whole organization. One of the things I want people to understand, this level 1, level 2 on this is not just your personal customers. This is also your affiliates or your independent reps. You get 2 levels of renewal commission. And I don't know any other company that on personal customers and team members gives you a monthly residual down 2 levels. I mean, that's ridiculous in my book, but that's what makes this strong just for the affiliate that does not go to the independent rep status. Now, once you do complete that core building block and you have your 3 retail customers, 3 affiliates, and $1,000 in monthly sales volume that qualifies you as an independent rep, and you say yes, that opens up the other 2 ways of getting paid. Daily base pay, where I don't know if we're the only company out there, but I certainly think that we're one of the only, if not the only company that offers a base pay. Base pay pays you every single day, and that's based on the volume in your organization, your entire team's volume. Now, there is a 34% volume criteria on that, which means you can't count for rank any more than 34% from any one of your teams. So you're going to want to make sure that if you're doing, walking down through that, 34% is going to count for whatever rank it is. And the other beauty of this is we're on a rolling 4-week schedule. So there is no month end. There is none of that stuff going on. We're just rolling 4 weeks. So you can hit literally, you could hit associate today and start getting that $1 a day. You could hit senior associate tomorrow, start getting $4 a day that day. This isn't one of those, wait till the end of the month and get your check next month. It is daily. The day you hit, the day you get paid, period. All right. So that's incredible. And I talk about the daily base pay along with the 5-generation check match a lot because I think that they do go hand in hand. If you look at the check match, we're talking 25% check match on all your direct personal enrollees. So everyone you personally sponsor, you get a 25% check match on. So imagine you have somebody out there making $5-10 grand a month. Now you're also getting check matched on that. So if you're making $10,000 a month, you're getting a $2,500 check match just because you helped bring them in. So this is the other thing I want folks to understand. You can be an associate in this compensation plan and not ever go past that rank, but have an absolute rock star that you enroll and sponsor on your team one, and they go knock it out of the park. You got a guy that's making, let's just say they're making $40,000 a month. Now you're making a $10,000 a month check match. No other comp plan that I know of does that. You have to build more than one leg in order to qualify for those check match bonuses, but not here. So this is, how many of you have been in a binary or in another organization where you've had one massive leg blow out and you're like, I can't do anything over there because I'm not getting paid on it. That doesn't exist anymore. Now you can go over there, you can help anybody anywhere. And because of this check match, it's the great equalizer. So generation 1, your personals, 25% check match. Generation 2, their personals, 10% check match. And then generations 3, 4, and 5 pay out 5% check match each level for a total of 50% check match down 5 generations. So for builders, you understand this is a phenomenal amount of money on the table just for going out and helping folks. For the people that don't understand generations and levels, because we had that conversation yesterday a little bit, a generation is personal enrollment line. So you sponsor, they sponsor, they sponsor. Doesn't matter what level in your organization they are. You could sponsor somebody, and because of our holding tank that we have 30 days to place them wherever you want them. So in 30 days, you place somebody where you want them. You might place a new person down on your 30th level. On level 30, that is still your level 1, your generation 1. Okay, so I want you to understand that. Because you personally sponsored, and from your holding tank, you put someone on your 30th level, that is still your first generation because that's your personal. Then when they sponsor people in, they can put them 20 more levels down. That's still their first level, their generation 1, and it's your generation 2. That might be 50 levels down in your organization, but that doesn't matter where they are, which is why this compensation plan is so powerful, because now you can truly place people in depth to help grow the entire organization. And it doesn't cut you out of any income. It only multiplies it. And I want that to sink in. It does not cut you out of any income to place people in depth, no matter how deep they are. It only multiplies your income. You can go as wide as you want in this comp plan, but you only need 3 teams to max it out. Width does not generate more income for you. Depth, in my personal opinion, the way I build is I build in depth. I'm building 3 teams, and that's it. Everything that I have is going into those 3 teams, and I'm going to make sure that volume and that drive and that activity is going. It's a lot easier to manage that. And when you're helping other people grow faster, it's only going to make the whole thing go faster. And yes, I said go. Let's go, go, go. Wherever you go, I go, right? And these units are going to help people fly through this compensation plan. It's already being proven in the last 72 to 96 hours. Unbelievable. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop this screen share and bring this back up. And now we have Zach, if you want to unmute yourself, I'll let you kind of administer some of these questions that have been popping up, because I have not been able to pay attention to all of them, although I have seen some of them. And
yes, we've got a good question from Cheryl out of Canada, asking about being compliant there. She's got a lot of people asking about CRTC and CASL compliant. So are we compliant in Canada?
We are compliant in Canada.
Awesome. There actually hasn't been too many questions on here from the chat today. If anyone's got questions, type them in the chat and let's get some answers here. I can pull some from the team group. So that's about positioning. Give me 1 second here and I'll pull some from the team group just so we get some Q&A here on record and recording.
Okay. And I did see a few questions on, how to, I've had a few people ask, how do I build? I thought that's a good question, Gloria. Need a list of countries it's allowed in. If you have cell phone service with a Bluetooth signal, then you can use this unit.
The only issue I've heard about that is basically any state terror sponsored countries. So like the North Korea, Syria, Afghanistan, those are the ones you want to stay away from, but I have not seen a specific list.
Right.
Oh, great question. I can't believe we didn't even cover
this.
I
know. I said I'm going to get back to that too, and I forgot all about it.
That's the best question of the day.
I know. When are they going to be available? Well, let's touch on that for a moment, shall we? So here's the reason why pre-orders are so important, and why if you and your team have not done them yet, that you need to get them done ASAP. The pre-orders are going to be the first people that receive notification that they can go and pay for them next week. It is a first paid for, first shipped process. Okay? We are going to be doing a live webinar Thursday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And all I'm going to tell you is this: you'd better make sure every single person that you know in your organization and then some is on that webinar. And I'm going to tell you, there's one thing to promote to hard. That's it. That day, people who have done their pre-order should have a nice little notification. After that, then we're looking at shipping starting on a first paid, first out basis. I see some people excited, but most people just sitting there like, come on, man, that's exciting stuff. There's Linda. Linda's excited.
Well, now we got questions.
Gloria, all right.
But there's, as far as the Go units being available and also the systems, there's going to be a webinar next Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. It will be on GoToWebinar, so we won't run into this max issue. We maxed out at 50 today. It was supposed to shift over to a Facebook Live, but apparently there was some tech difficulties there. So next Thursday, or excuse me, yeah, this coming Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will be a GoToWebinar, and we will get registration links out for that in the team group, in the chats, and so forth.
Yeah, and that's great, because that's going to cover the 3 systems that are available on the back side. So, you know, I won't have you go in depth on that, Zach, but if you want to touch lightly on what each of those systems is, just so people understand, you know, what the minimum, you know, why are there 3 systems?
Well, there's different levels of things you can do with the CRM. There's going to be a lead score. This is huge, the lead score system that's in this. And on this webinar, actually, the guy who put together the system, Joe Dickinson, some of you have probably seen his work already. But the lead score system, basically what it does is it tracks the leads that come in, whether they just look at a link, they get some points, whether they click on it, they engage, they engage with the opt-in emails, watch percentages of videos, so you get a higher score the more they engage. So if you're getting a ton of leads, let's just say, for example, you have 100 to keep the numbers simple. If you have 100 leads and 30 of them are scoring, you know, 5 to 10 points, but you've got 10 of them scoring 50 or 60 points, who are you going to call first? You're going to call the ones that are scoring 50 or 60. You don't need to waste your time calling the people who didn't really stand up and say they want more information. They just happened to glance at it.
Right.
So that's key. And we'll have Joe on Thursday night going over the full details. I believe he's slated to have a 10-minute slot. We're trying to keep that webinar into a 30-minute time frame.
Right. Perfect. You know, and then the other thing that we talked about yesterday is that the $19 system is going to promote Asirvia. So if somebody's in Asirvia and they want to promote that, that's where that's going to go. The $29 system, you can do more than one company. And then the Pro system, if you have multiple things you want to promote with multiple devices, that's the system for you, because you can customize that to have a different page for each company. Correct?
That's how I understand it.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin payment options. Do you know what's going on with that, Scott?
We do have a Bitcoin site currently. We're working on full integration to be able to do to do it on a monthly basis. Right now, anybody that wants to pay with Bitcoin needs to let myself, Laura Hardy, or Zach know about that, and we'll send you the Bitcoin link. All people paying with Bitcoin pay for 3 months at a time. That way, it's not having to go back every single month and try to figure out right now anyway how to automatically, make that payment. So,
yeah. Do you know anything about upgrading? Kirk Kelly asking here. If you pre-ordered 3, decide you want 8, can you change it when you place the order?
Yes, you can. Yeah, and I'll touch a little bit on the grandfathered pricing too. Whatever you pre-order during this 50% off time period, you can downgrade later if you want and keep be grandfathered in at that pricing. However, so if you had 8 units and you want to downgrade to 3, you're going to pay the $49 a month instead of $99, even after the price goes up to full price. However, if you buy the 49 and then when the price goes up, you want to upgrade to 8 units, you're going to be paying the $199, not the $99. So what I tell all the leaders on this line and everything that I tell people is, 8 units, if you're building your organization like any other normal company that has a $125 auto ship every month, just get the 8 units with the affiliate fee. You're looking at $124 a month. If you have an organization and you have some people you want to help, give them a unit to use. If they go out and they make a couple sales, it's going to boost your volume and it's going to help make them money. It's a no-brainer. Let's keep this simple. So I'm encouraging everybody that comes in, get your 8 units. Let's go to work. Let's have some fun. The units, you can resell them, but here's the thing with the units. Whoever buys the unit, those are all tied to your back office, so you have to program them all. You can give them out to individuals, but every time they want to change the message, you'll have to do that, okay? Now, I don't know about you all. I am not in a position where I want to be a manager, and I'm not a control freak. I like to empower people to do what they're good at doing. So I don't want to do that. I mean, if I give these things away to a few folks, I'll set it for their websites that they have me do it for, and that's it. If they want control of it themselves, they're going to have to buy the units themselves through their own back office. And yes, Cheryl, if you downgrade from 8 to 3, you do need to return the other 5. Yes.
There's another question that ties into that. If you're giving one away to someone, I believe it's Maureen. I believe it's Maureen from New Jersey. If you live in one state and give one to a family member who lives in another state to carry around, does it work?
Absolutely. You can give this to somebody. You can live in Ohio and give it to somebody that lives in Australia, and you can program it from Ohio and have it work in Australia. Proximity does not matter. Everything's done through your back office on the internet. That's why this unit is unique to anything else in the market. Yeah, wow, I was right, Gloria.
Difference between affiliate and independent distributor. We covered that. Objections. Kevin has something on objections. Prospects, affiliates, whatever. Interested in knowing how to handle from different leader points of view. Kevin, that's probably something great that we should put in the file section of the team page. Some objection rebuttal stuff.
Yeah, I think if you have objections, or if anybody is having some consistent objections, let's get them in a list so that we can get a document put together quickly, or even a short video on how to go through them. We can do the role play or whatever. I like doing videos with role play a lot better than just printed out text. We can have the text as well, but I definitely want to cover that stuff.
Yeah. Events is a good question. I know we got one in Atlanta and one in Dallas coming up. I know Dallas is on the 31st, and I believe
Atlanta's on the 20th.
On the 20th.
Yeah,
okay.
And we'll get that information on time and location into the team page. I know that Atlanta is going to be Laura Hardy and Don LaPlume, and Dallas is going to be myself and Kevin Marino. So those are 2 coming right up real quick. I'll also tell everybody on the line right now that I will be in Pickering, Ontario on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week coming up. So if you have anybody in those areas, we'll get that information out on the team page as well. And then we'll kind of get things, updated as we go along. So right now, there's so many people in so many areas that are pulling for where they want somebody, whether it's a master rep or somebody from corporate, or a leader, that we're trying to get all that stuff aligned. So if you have places where you need a presence, please reach out and let's make sure that we're coordinating and getting things organized so we can maximize everybody's effort and not have overlap or duplication in the same area.
Correct. Notice on price increases. Yes, there will be notice on price increases. How do you change the message or ad? You'll do that in the back office. It's a web portal. Rodney wants to unmute to ask a question. Can you unmute him on your end?
When I find him.
You got me? Can you hear me?
There you go.
There we are. Yep, I can hear you.
What's up, Scott? How are you doing? Doing a great job, Zach.
Thanks.
Quick question is your 34% comp rule. So what that means is, so if you got several legs and one of your legs is very, very, very heavy, you could automatically take your other legs, if possible, and place them in another leg to equal out that rule?
Yes. So, and just so you understand too, you don't have to have just 3 legs. You can go as wide as you want. Volume is volume. It's just towards the rank on the comp plan. You cannot count the volume of any one team more than 34% of that rank.
Okay. I was going through the back office last night, and I'm not as smart as you guys as far as tech wise, but I was having a kind of an ordeal trying to figure out how to place people and how to move things around. Whether it be any other way to do that, or are you guys going to do a training on how to move people so we can understand it, or at least so I can understand it?
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll do a video or a Facebook Live on how to do and work the holding tank. What I'll share with you guys right now, since you brought that up, Rodney, is in one of my previous companies, we had a waiting room. And the reason why I wanted to have this holding tank is because it gives us the ability to run contests within our organizations. For example, for all of you that are building right now, you just got started right now, it's, you want to condense and consolidate to 3 teams, simply run a contest over the first 2 weeks. It says the 3 of you that build the biggest team in the next 15 days are going to have my 3 top spots. Who wants them? Everybody else that I have in my holding tank, we're going to run a contest for the last 2 weeks of the month to see where they go. So that's the way I like to run things. If you don't want to run that way, and you just want to put people in position where you want them, then that's a simple move. All you do is go in your holding tank and you click on move them. It's going to ask you for the username of where you want to move them. You put that username in, confirm, are you sure? Yes, and then it's done. But like I said, I'll walk through a video, do a little whiteboard on that, or not whiteboard. I'll do a screen share on that and show you how it's done from the back office. That way it's simple and easy.
I mean, I love holding tanks. I mean, I can murder a comp plan with a holding tank. Just want to learn how to use the actual mechanics of it, because it didn't like move them here, moving. I couldn't really see it because it's in square boxes. But yeah, when you do a screen share, that'd be great.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Joseph Kalin's asking if he can get more than 8. Sosa already answered that, not yet. Just so everybody knows that right out of the gate, it's only going to be 8 per account. We are dealing with some limited availability of the units that we're having the manufacturers scale up. So we want to get them in as many hands as possible, many different people as possible, so we can't have bulk orders past 8 at this point. That maybe down the line.
Yeah, they will be able to upgrade, to up that number later on. But right now, exactly what you said, 8, so that everyone has them in their hands instead of just a few people. We've already had people that have said, I want to buy 5,000 of them myself. And, although that's great from a company standpoint, it's not great from a duplication and a rep standpoint. And we want everyone to have these units, not just a couple people. So at least to start with. Later on, we'll ramp that up a little bit, and that's fine. But for anyone that wants more than 8 units, I'm just telling you, this is what I would do. That's what I'm doing with a few of my teams. is I'm just saying, I know you only want 1 unit, Sue, Joe, Sally, but I want you to order 8. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of yours too. We just need more units in the field. If you have leaders out there, like I said earlier, I'm talking to everybody about getting 8 units because you can utilize that to help grow your business and to help people in your downline, in your team, to do it for themselves. So,
hey, this is Reggie Williams out of Atlanta.
yes, Reggie.
Quick question on the holding tank. Is there a timestamp position? In other words, if you bring somebody in today versus having somebody in a week ago, is it a timestamp thing or?
Yes.
Okay, got you.
Here's a question we get a couple times. What happens when there's 30, 40, 50 people or any number of people all in the same area? Are all those Android phones getting that many messages?
Theoretically, yes. We'll test that also with more than 1 unit in the area. It's like any other notification. It's going to ping out and it's going to receive what's out there.
Yeah, that's got to be interesting from where they're shipped from for the people living in that area.
Yeah, no kidding. Since when they're shipped to you, they're shipped live.
Yeah, so what'll happen with that, because they're shipped live, pre-programmed with a link in it, people will get leads before they even have the unit. And at some point, we can't say this yet, but I imagine it's only a matter of time until sales are made before someone has the unit. That just blows my mind.
I know it. It's crazy.
So is this patented? There's a question we've got here.
It's patented technology. Let's see.
Patent pending. Okay.
Yeah. How long in minutes does the message last on a smartphone in motion, like driving down the road? So think of it this way. You have a 100-yard radius around the unit. So 200-yard diameter circle. Imagine that. Anything that drives into, walks into, comes into, or you go over into that broadcast zone is going to get that ping on their phone. We yesterday, from just testing it on our own, as soon as you walk out of that broadcast zone, it did stay on the phone for a little bit, not a long time. We're talking maybe about 30 seconds to a minute, but that was about it. So, certainly not going to drive down the highway unless you're stuck in traffic and get a lot of leads. You definitely want to be someplace where you're going to be stationary or you're around a lot of stationary people or relatively for a while.
So what you're saying is you want us to actually get in traffic.
Find the traffic jam, yeah.
We want to create traffic, not sit in it.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yes, the leads are captured, Gloria. Anybody that clicks on the link and goes through, it's going to load as a lead in your back office. You'll have their whatever they have put in for contact information, you will have that. And if you have one of the back-end systems, then it's like Zach said earlier, it's going to go through, there's a whole process. And that's what the Thursday webinar really is going to be going over, is that system and how it works. So I'm not going to get into that right now, but suffice it to say, long-winded answer, yes, they're captured, and there is going to be a way to help you process through them more efficiently.
Hey, Scott, I know you just said you're not going through that, but do you know if we're able to use our own, like Aweber or Get Response, and use our own system and it still capture the leads too as well?
Absolutely, 100%. You can use whatever you want. We just put these 3 systems together to make it simple and duplicatable for most folks. But, guys like you that know what you're doing with that stuff and have your own system, absolutely, connect your own to it.
Okay, just want to know. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
One more question. A friend of mine said he wanted to take those things and bury them in the ground at Disneyland. Is that possible?
Well, they are waterproof, supposedly. I'm going to say water resistant, so I can imagine that they'd last for at least a little while.
Yeah, there is. I mean, with any broadcast thing, it's also, like we say, it's 100 yards. If you're in a bunker, buried underground, it's not going to go 100 yards in every direction in a sphere. There is some parameters just with any technology for broadcast, mountains, structures, etc. So So burying underground, I would hide it in a planner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got you.
Side tape behind something, maybe,
Yeah.
like.
So you mean like the public restroom of a Walmart?
Yeah, for example.
Yeah,
I would go a little higher class, maybe go to a Target.
Yeah, I've already spoke to a number of different major clubs in my area, and every one of the club owners wanted, thousands of them to put them in their clubs, certain nights to send out messages and, things like that. So clubs is a great way to use this device to get traffic.
Yep, absolutely.
So what else here? Does this work in the UK? Yeah, it's Bluetooth. If you have Bluetooth, if Bluetooth works where you're at, this will work. If they've got Android phones, this will work. So it doesn't matter as far as UK or anywhere, obviously beside the terror-sponsored countries. So that answers that. And to cover on the leads, as far as capturing goes, if you have the Asirvia, the systems that we offer, yes, it will absolutely capture leads. If you don't, you still can capture leads if you use your own link and that link leads to a lead capture page. That would work as well. I suggest using what we're offering simply for duplication points. And the guys putting together the system they're pros. So I know there's some people on this line who are also very good at systems. So take your pick. But I wouldn't suggest, if you're not experienced at it, to do it on your own. Use the pros and let them do what they do. Yeah, Kevin, exactly. If you're well versed and knowledgeable for it, exactly, use that. If not, go with Asirvia.
All right. So, any other questions, real quick? For recording purposes, how long is this thing? How long? Where are we at now on time?
45 minutes or so.
All right, we're good. I don't want to go too much longer on this.
A screenshot of the message. Does anybody?
Mark, I'll get one and I'll have it put in the team page. We did capture one while we were doing the video yesterday, so I'll make sure we have that so you can see what it looks like.
Hey, Scott, do us a favor, Zach and Scott. For marketing purposes right now, until the system is done, could you put some pictures of the actual device, the actual picture of it actually on the screen, an actual picture of the device with the words under it, what it does, so we can spread that around so our team members can use those to put on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, things like that? Absolutely.
Kevin Sousa, I'm going to refer that over to you because you put together a fantastic logo and design. It has some verbiage on it. If you want to pop that into the team page.
Yeah, actually, Rick Roman put together a nice, generic, beautiful photo of that, so that the guys can use that. I think Zach has access to that. If Zach wants to put that in there, there you go. Perfect. Yeah.
Hey, Zach,
Rick did a much better job with that generic. And there you go. There's another one that has the Asirvia.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, add those to the chat, Zach, please, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. You guys are great.
Mode on.
There you go. Yeah. As soon as I get that, I can do a little work.
Let's go.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah, that one too. Put it up there. Let me
I'll drop in a bunch of these.
Yep. Thanks a lot, bro. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm ready right now. I'm waiting right now. It's not there yet. Hurry up.
Hey, I got 3 devices and only 2 hands. What do you want?
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I know. So, this is a good.
I'm sorry.
Here.
Sorry, can I ask a question? Did you do a recording? Was there a recording of it in use? Because I was on a call and I couldn't get in because it was full.
Yes.
Yeah, this is recorded. So if you're seeing this here, that's what it is. Someone was asking about lead capture pages for other things such as restaurants and so forth. And in talking with
yes,
our online guys, we're starting basically, with just network marketing, and small businesses. As the market dictates, as people come in and so forth and so on. I'll just use Rodney for example. You said clubs. If we're making the largest percentage is clubs, we'll build out verticals for them. If the largest percentage is restaurants or realtors or whatever it is, in time we'll build out those different verticals. We just can't do everything all at once.
Right.
And
I can tell you, based on talking with the three guys yesterday, that the verticals that are starting are going to be restaurants, real estate to start with. And we're also talking about other network marketing companies. They want to be part of this, that will build out a system specifically for their company. So, there's a lot of opportunity here. There's a lot of things that we're doing. We just had to have a starting basis point to get everything rolling. Once we get this rolling and everything starts flowing starting next week, it's over. I'm telling you right now, it's over. And everything is going to be made a vertical here. Everything.
The possibilities are basically just limited to your imagination. There's so many things that you can do with it.
Yep. All right. So any other quick questions here before we end this?
Yeah, I don't have a question, but what do you think some of the checks are gonna look like coming out the gate the first week or so? What are you estimating?
As far as what now?
Some of the checks that will come out, in the next 2 weeks. What do you think they'll be like?
Some of the checks?
Yeah.
Well, as everyone's starting to go in and place orders, and everything's starting to go physically through the comp plan, we're going to be looking at some daily pay in the first probably week or two of people getting anywhere from $100 to $200 to $300 a day that they can now start loading onto their debit card, and that's just starting. For some of the big leaders on here, like yourself and a few others, we're going to be looking at in the first month, some 5-figure checks. There's no doubt in my mind.
You do know that the average person inside this deal is not just ordering one; they're ordering 3 to 8, which means instead of getting $625 per sale, they're getting $12.50 to $25 per person, whether it be customer or actual affiliate. So that means if everybody's doing what you suggest at buying 8, which is $100, that means that 90% of people on there will be getting $25 per person.
That's right. If you put 100 people in this and they all get charged $99, you just made $2,500.
Yeah, and not necessarily either, because this is a marketing tool, and we're not going to be commissioned on all the sales that affiliates buy. Remember that.
Within Asirvia, yes. So when you're placing your orders, they're going to ask you how many of these are going to be used to promote Asirvia. The ones that are used to promote Asirvia are not commissionable, because as a tool, as a marketing tool for a specific company, that's not legal by government standards. If you're using them to market another company, that is commissionable. So just keep in mind when someone says, they answer that question and say, do I have to say, and my answer is yes, you have to tell them what they're being used for. And that's as far as I can take that conversation. But let's just say you had 100 folks that ordered 8 units that were not promoting Asirvia. That's going to get you a $2,500 check for those 100 people. And I know there's a lot of people on this line right now that have already put 100 people in, so you understand where you're at with this. And every month when those renew, just on the renewals, not counting the team volume and all other stuff, this thing's going to go nuts quick.
Yep. I just want to give the guys a good observation of the money that's possible.
Hey, Scott.
Yes.
Larry Coates. Some of the other things that I've thought about where you can use these is in rush hour traffic when you're sitting on like 128 in our area is a slow area, a lot of traffic. You just have it sitting in your car. You can have 2 or 3 of them sitting in your car and send out 2 or 3 different messages.
That's right.
And commuter rail trains, another great place. Especially if you sit in the middle of the train.
That's right.
3 cars front, 3 cars back. You're in good shape, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
I've also started marketing to restaurant groups, associations of where like one guy owns 9 restaurants. So.
Yep, absolutely, 100%. And just so you guys know, I know that no one's supposed to look at their messages and notifications while they drive, but we all know that a lot of people do.
Yeah, exactly. a matter of fact, you don't even have to have your phone on to be transmitting them. So
That's right. That's right. Leah, you can only, each device is programmed for one message. You have up to 40 characters, not words, but up to 40 characters plus your link. So it's going to be something short and sweet, clear and concise, and your link, and that'll drive, they'll go in that message. You can change the message on your individual unit as much as you want. Normally takes about an hour for that change to take effect. Part of it is we're going to make sure that it is, nothing, there's no pornography or anything like that allowed, no illicit pictures and links and stuff like that. So it's looked at by compliance before it's able to be put on the device. So that's why it takes about an hour for that process to happen.
Good question, Jane. Is there a character limit to the link address?
No, there's not.
There's not?
There's not.
Okay.
And mostly because it's not a physical link that you see. It's a button that says, click this.
Gotcha.
You want to see an example of what the message looks like before they get the link?
Share it.
You see that?
Make
Yep.
500 a month with this app.
That's just an example of a message of what it looks like. Then they click on that button, it goes to your link. That's just an example, okay? It's as simple as that.
Yep.
That's an example of the 40-character message of what it looks like before they click that button that goes to the link, okay? It's just an example.
Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Good stuff.
Yeah. There's no limit on the size of the link. The size of the link could be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.com/supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Okay? That's irrelevant. But the message has to be 40 characters.
Somebody's going to grab that website now, Kevin. You know that, right?
I'm doing it tomorrow. That's it.
Just so you know.
Units weatherproof. Yeah, they're weatherproof. Says temperature range. I don't know the temperature range, but they are.
Yeah,
they're
they say the water.
They're weatherproof. You just can't hold it up to a tornado. That's all.
Yeah. They're durable.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your time today jumping on this webinar. This is just the beginning. I know a lot of you have already been doing Zooms and getting things cranking up for your teams. We're going to keep that crank fired up this week. We are going to start doing nightly calls and Zooms starting at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Zach may or may not know this yet. If Kevin's not messaged you, it's something we got to get put together starting Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, Sunday through Thursday, and it's game time. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for jumping on today. Let's go out, rock and roll. If you need me for anything, please message me, call me, email me. I'm available, and let's knock this thing out. Thank you very much. This Zoom is officially a wrap. Good day. God bless.